So, we are so pleased that you all could join us today, and we're going to take a virtual discovery of Germany's culinary traditions. I am Beverly McLean, and I'm Covington's social media director and travel blogger. And I hope you've gotten a chance to see our Travel Maestro blog. We also have a couple of our Covington vacation advisors joining us on the line. So you guys were personally invited to take today's tour with us because you have expressed an interest in either Germany or in culinary travel. And that came from either our interest survey or one of our vacation promotion emails. Those emails have been put on hold for a while because of this coronavirus situation, but we did just send out our annual interest survey. So check your email for that. Please look for it and be sure to update your interests so we are able to include you and send you invitations on future events like this. So as Carolin mentioned, we're going to have a small group today. And so we'd really love for this to be more of a conversation than just a presentation. So feel free to ask a question, comment, tell us something that we don't know. You're welcome to mute yourself, but I'm going to leave all the microphones open, but you're welcome to mute yourself while Carolin is talking, just so we don't have any background noise, but unmute and talk away. Or if you don't have that option, feel free to type into the chat box. So let's talk about some German food. I am very pleased to introduce Carolin Belcher. She's with the German National Tourist Office, and she's going to take us on a culinary tour of Germany, just as an appetizer to a future trip there. So, guten Tag, Carolin. Thank you.
Guten Tag. Thank you. Let me just, can I share my screen now?
Oh, yes,
Beverly?
indeed.
Okay.
And,
okay.
you know, I forgot to show you Carolin's official picture. There she is. There she is. Okay, yes, you can share your screen. Go right ahead.
Okay, share content. Hold on. Let me get my presentation up for you all and put this in presentation mode. Now I don't think and I don't think I can turn off my camera now, but who cares? I leave myself on. Thank you so much, Beverly, and thank you everybody for joining us today. It's always such a pleasure for me to do these webinars. And just as Beverly said, I love smaller groups because it can be very interactive. So absolutely feel free to either interrupt me. I might gonna ask a couple questions and you can just jump in and answer them or tell me your experience. I hope though that you all ate before you came on this webinar because I'm going to show you some delicious German food. And I guarantee you're going to be extremely hungry after seeing all of this. At least that's how I feel when I talk about the delicious German food. So I was born and raised in Germany. I'm a real German, so this is not my West Coast accent. I was born and raised in Germany in a city called Kassel, which is in the state of Hesse. That is about 2 hours north of Frankfurt. And I moved to America 15 years ago and lived in Los Angeles for 15 years and just moved to Florida. So I love talking about my home country and I love having the opportunity to show you guys the beauty and yeah, it's just a very incredible country. So welcome to Germany. And I always love this picture. And I don't know if anybody even knows that we actually have islands in Germany. Every time I have this picture, people are like, but that's not in Germany. No, this is. So this is one of our beautiful islands up in the north. So if you have clients that are already in Denmark or in Norway, they can take a ferry down and they are on these beautiful islands. And recently when I was on a webinar, I thought about how great this is for social distancing, actually. These little chairs you see on the beach, these are our beach chairs. And so you rent them and then you can flip the bottom part down. This is for your feet and you lay in there. And then, you have really a lot of privacy. So we Germans already implemented social distancing a long time ago. So we're going to talk a little bit about where's Germany. I know somebody's in England on here, so you probably can see Germany from over there. How to get around in Germany once you're there. The culinary highlights I picked from some of the states, their culinary highlights. And then I show you, I think, 2 culinary routes. And then I wanted to touch Oberammergau very briefly with you, since this is for a lot of people a hot topic. This is just a slide I love to show. We all know that 2020 will look totally different, but this is from the US travel to Germany in overnights. We had a 4.3% increase in overnights from last year, which shows you really Germany is really, really popular. And we know 2020 will look different, but we also know once we can travel international again, those numbers will go up. We're very certain. So this is a map of Germany. We have 16 federal states. And I don't know if you see my, ooh, there's a loud thunder. If you see my mouse, but this is where I'm from in the green. Can you see it? Yeah. So that's Kassel. That's where I'm from. Here's Frankfurt. This is our biggest state, Bavaria, with a capital of Munich down here. Stuttgart is where you have like the Mercedes and BMW museums. Then we have the Black Forest Highland down here. Then the smallest state we have is up here, Bremen. That's the smallest one. And this is what I told you where we have all these islands. That's up here, Sylt, for example. So when you have clients already up somewhere in the north of Europe, they can go down by ferry, go to Kiel, for example. Now let me see if I can move this. Yes. So, and then we have our capital, of course, is Berlin. And so you see all the European countries surrounding Germany. So I'm always saying it's very easy, accessible from any kind of European country. If your clients are in France, Belgium, Czech Republic, they can take either a train going into Germany or a plane, or they can take a car. So there's really no excuse to not stop by in Germany when your clients are in Europe. Okay, well, let me go to the next slide. So how do you get around when you're in Germany? I actually love our train system. Has anybody been in Germany already who's on the line?
I was hoping to go last month, well, earlier this month, but we obviously couldn't make it this year.
Yeah, I hope you get to go soon.
Yeah, we've been a number of times.
Wonderful.
Trying to think when the last time was. Jeez, I can't remember.
Yeah, and did you experience the trains in Germany? Have you been on a train?
I don't know. We took the channel over to France, but I don't know if we're actually on a German train. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But
So our train system is and our train system is really great. I mean, I never owned a car in Germany. I always took the train. This is our ICE train. It's the Intercity Express. It's the fastest train we have in Germany. It's easy accessible, so wheelchair accessible as well. We have a first class, second class on board. There is a board restaurant in there as well, where you can sit and eat and enjoy the scenery. You can drink a glass of wine or beer. You have these open wagons, so where it's like either there are 2 people sitting next to each other, or there are 4 and there's a table in between. And then you have closed wagons where like 6 to 7 people sit in there. And it connects really all the major big cities with each other. Like Frankfurt International Airport, if you arrive there, you go down and there's the ICE train station that will bring you right away to any other city that you would like to go to. It's a very comfortable way of traveling. You can easily store your luggage as well. And we have in 2017, the ICE 4th generation, that's the newest one, goes now from Berlin to Munich and vice versa in just 3 hours and 55 minutes, which is amazing. If you think about, taking a plane, it already takes you 1 hour and 20, and then you have to get to the airport, TSA, etc. So it's actually really fast with the train. And I love that because Americans don't have so many vacation days often. And so you can combine these 2 major cities with each other in just one day. So you can fly into Berlin, for example, do all the northern parts with like Leipzig, Hamburg, Dresden, and then go back down or go up to Berlin and go back down to Munich and do all the southern parts, including Black Forest Highland if you want. So you go all the way down here and fly back home from Munich. So you really cover those two areas. You can do 1 week up here and you can do 1 week down here and fly home. And I think that's absolutely fabulous. And when you take that train down cross country, you have a beautiful view. I mean, it's so amazing to travel by train. So just an idea. I always love to mention this. Of course, have you been, Mr. Riegel, have you been driving a car on the German Autobahn?
Oh,
I think we did it one time, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
this is Mr. Livingston.
No, that's all right.
Oh,
That's
Mr.
all right.
Livingston. Okay, I'm
That's-
sorry.
Not a problem, but yes, and you have to understand the people that are to the left of you are going quite fast.
Oh, yeah. We're going very fast. And you got to understand that the left lane is the fast lane. That's where you pass. And if you're too slow, then you have like usually an Audi or Mercedes. These are our really fast cars. You have them in the back of your trunk trying to push you over because we love to drive fast. But it's really still very easy to drive in Germany. And nobody needs to be afraid of it. We have automatic cars. We have over 1,300 rental car stations in Germany, and you can rent any kind of car. And on the highways, it's really beautiful to drive, especially when you go to the Alps area. So it's really a great way of getting around by car. We have our beautiful rivers, as you know, and you can take, for example, KD cruises that go on the Rhine River. It's like a hop on, hop off, where your clients can just, go on in Koblenz, get off in Frankfurt, whatever they want to do. And it's just not overnight. It's just like a transportation to go from one city to the next. And then, of course, we have many, many, many airports in Germany, and you can just fly from city to city as well. But I always like to mention our country is only as big as California. So you can really easily get around by train or car without using the plane. So let's talk about Culinary Germany. So we're not just about beer, bratwurst, and sauerkraut. We have a whole lot more to offer. And we have actually 308 Michelin star rated restaurants in Germany, which is really amazing. And I have eaten 2 years ago for the first time at a Michelin star rated restaurant in Bavaria. And it was, I said to my husband, I said, I don't know how you're ever going to take me back to Outback because this was just a total different experience. I felt like I was really connected with the region, with the chef, with the inspiration. Everything was just so delicious. It had a story to tell. You tasted the food was just something unbelievable, and I can only highly recommend for anybody to at least try it when they go to Germany. And I always see like the pictures. Let me just move this down here so I see actually what's on the slide. So then we have a website. It's called, or not we, it's called eatwith.com. Have you heard of it before?
Yes, we Virtuoso partners with Eat With.
Yes.
And yes, so we have worked with them a little bit, and they're a new partner. So we're really excited about that.
Yes, and they're really, really amazing. So they have an app as well. So you just go on the website, eatwith.com. Let's say you have clients that go to Berlin in November, and they really want to eat with a German person. They want to go to their house and see how they live and how they cook. And this was something unheard of. Germans do not open the doors for strangers. You really had to get to know a German person before you get invited to eat with them. So now we loosen up a little bit, and so you can go on this website, type in Berlin, the month November, and then you see what the local Berlin people offer. Maybe Mr. Smith is a wine sommelier and is super specialized with German wine, and he's offering a wine tasting at his house and has 5 seats available, and you just book a seat for your client at his house, and then they go there and do the wine tasting, or they go and make some schnitzel and potatoes. There's so many different things, and it's for all over the world. So once this social distancing is over, maybe you want to see if there's something in your town too. You can go to your neighbors and eat there. I thought that was a great idea because, for us Germans, we really socialize through food. Food is really, really important for us. And when you come to my house, there will never be pizza ordered. There are dishes that I prepare that I actually inherited from my parents or grandparents, you know, real German dishes, especially from the area where I am from. And so I tell you the story about my dish, why this is so special, or why this cutting board I'm cutting the meat on is so special to me because it's from Second World War from my grandma. So all of that is really something where you can connect with the people from this country. So definitely check that out, eatwith.com. On the next slide. Oh yeah. So has anybody been in a German bakery yet?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Oh my God. It's the first thing. So when I get off the airport, from the airplane, and my dad knows right away when he picks me up, I have to go straight to the bakery. And there I'm going to get a roll that has like ham on it and Gouda cheese and lettuce. And I get a German Fanta, orange Fanta. It's the first thing I'm doing. We have over 300 different types of bread. That's just the bread. That's not even the rolls in there. It's really amazing, our bakeries. We have over 1,500 types of sausages in Germany. And some of the recipes are 600 years old. Like the Thuringen Bratwurst is 600-year-old recipe. You will never get the recipe, the original one. It's really literally passed on from generation to generation, and you will not know what's in there. Not sure if this is a good thing or not, but it tastes delicious. And the sausage you see on that picture is where I'm from. This is the Frankfurter Wiener Würstchen, we call it. It's like a hot dog sausage. It's really, really good. And we eat that in the Frankfurt area. And we have over 5,000 types of beer. I don't know if I have tried them all yet, but every village, every town, every city, they have their own beer. For example, in Cologne, you have the Kölsch, which is delicious. It goes down like water, very dangerous. But they have, for example, the regulation, you cannot brew the Kölsch more than 30 miles radius of Cologne. So it's really, we really protect our recipe of the beer, and the beer is really special to the region. And then we have to drink all the beer we're making. So we have over 9,000 beer festivals throughout the year in Germany. So our bread, like I said, our bakeries, our bread is so amazing. We're actually recognized on the UNESCO list of intangible cultural heritage with our bread. So it's very, very special. It's very good.
Didn't you tell me that they had that? What did you say? That Alexa has some sort of bread app, or tell me about that again?
There it is.
There it is. Okay, I'm sorry. I
Yeah, no.
didn't mean to steal your thunder there.
No. So yeah, so we have this Alexa bread skill, and I hope my Alexa is not going to turn on right now. Every time when I say her name, she pops up everywhere in the house. So you can Alexa asks you a couple questions, and you can actually she's going to ask you what kind of bread you like, and then she gives you suggestions. Do you want to have pretzels or you want to have a rye bread? And then you decide. You tell her what you want, and then she sends you the recipe to your email inbox, and then you can bake the bread yourself. And then it gives you also like some suggestions. For example, if they have a bread that's from the Hesse area, it will also tell you then on that email what you can visit in Hesse, what are the famous sites, etc. So it's a really fun thing. I think it's really hard to make German bread in America. It's something with the water and the flour. I'm trying it, but it never gets to the point like this ever. But I think it's still fun. So this is where we get to different states in Germany and tell you their highlights. So for example, in Baden-Württemberg, and you see on the map here where Baden-Württemberg is. Baden-Württemberg is where the Black Forest Highlands are, where Stuttgart is. And they're very, very famous for, of course, the Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte, which you see on the right-hand side, the Black Forest cake. Have you guys tried a real German Black Forest cake yet?
I don't know about a real German one, but Cindy Brewer, one of our vacation advisors, is an excellent cook, and she claims that she makes a superb one. So we're going to have her bake one for us and test it out.
I have. So I have the original recipe, how this is a real Black Forest cake. And the reason why, or how you know if it's a real one or not, we put alcohol in it.
Oh.
So there's cherry liquor in it, and that makes this cake so really good. It's a real big export item for us, and it's very delicious. And on the left-hand side picture, you see the Maultaschen, and the Maultaschen is a gigantic ravioli, basically. And what it is, it's like filled with often with meat, or if you're vegetarian, they fill it with veggies. But the way it started was the monks, they couldn't eat meat. So what they did is they invented this Maultaschen, and they were stuffing and hiding the meat in it. So they were able to eat meat without anybody knowing anything about it. And then in Berlin, we have the currywurst, which is so good. It is a bratwurst. We cut it in pieces, and then lots of people make their own curry ketchup and put some curry on top of it, and it's just so delicious. And we eat it with French fries. And we sell or make about 800 million currywurst or are eaten every year, and 70 million just in Berlin. It is so good. It's a good kind of like a fast food.
One of my favorites. I love it. Love it.
Currywurst.
Yeah.
Currywurst, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Oh. And in Bavaria, have you had a Weisswurst yet?
Oh, yes.
Oh, Weisswurst are so good. So that you see on the left-hand side picture. So the real Bavarians, and you see if somebody is has never eaten it before, or if you're a real Bavarian, they actually, because it's a boiled sausage, they actually open the skin on the top a little bit, and then they suck the sausage out of the skin. That's how you know if it's a real Bavarian. So you dip it in the sweet mustard. It can only be sweet mustard, and you dip it in there and you eat it and suck it out of the peel, and then have some pretzels with it. It's very delicious, and the tradition really started. You eat this before noon. It's more like a breakfast, and of course you have a beer with that as well. And then
Is the sausage inside soft? Is it?
Yes.
Is it
it's soft.
kind of mushy? So it
Yes,
comes
it's kinda
out of
mushy.
out of the skin.
Yeah, and the texture is really strange. So I remember as a kid when the first time we were driving to Bavaria, my dad, I think I was like 8, 9, my dad gave me this, and I just thought it was the grossest thing I've ever eaten. But then you get used to it, because I think it's a texture that shocks you, because when you think about bratwurst or sausages in Germany, you think of more what do you say? What's the English term? Like more
Firm.
yeah, exactly. And this is really not strange, but it's good. And then
sorry.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what's the sweet mustard?
Yeah, so the sweet mustard, I mean, there are many different companies that just make sweet mustard. It's not spicy at all. It's really sweet. It's sweet. That's what it is.
Has it got mustard seeds in, or is it more of
Yep.
a chutney?
Yep.
Okay.
Has mustard seeds in it. Yeah, it's really good. My family doesn't like it at all, but I love it. And then we go to Hamburg, and because Hamburg is up here in the north, you see the little dot here. So we're at our water. You have, I mean, the fish when you go to the north is just a must eat. It's so good. And they have a fish market there, which they have opened in 1703. So it's a very traditional fish market, and they trade everything there. And they're only open on Sunday between 5 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. And the reason why they close on Sunday at 9:30, the tradition was they wanted everybody to go then to church. So they kept that time frame. And it's definitely something where you should be going, or your clients should be going when they're there on a Sunday. It's really spectacular. It's a big market. It's beautiful. So definitely try the fish. And this is where I'm from, Hesse. And the green sauce, has anybody heard or has eaten the green sauce yet?
No.
No. So the green sauce is a cold sauce. It's sour cream based, And we say schmand. That's what we use. It's kind of like a sour cream. And there are 6 different herbs in it that you see on the picture. And then we put boiled eggs in it. And we boil potatoes and put the cold sauce over the potatoes. And it is so good. We eat this traditionally around green. Do you say in English a Green Thursday, the day before Good Friday? Do you have a name for it?
Monday, Thursday.
Monday,
Monday.
Thursday.
Yeah, so that's when we eat it. And it's really good. Again, my family doesn't like it at all, but more for me. And Frankfurt, or Hesse, especially Frankfurt, is not known for beer. They do have beer there, but they're known for the apple cider. It's Appleboy that you see on the right side picture. It is really good. Did you try it?
Yes, we've had it, yes.
Yes, it's a very unique flavor. It's very bitter. And you can mix it. I drink it with orange Fanta. Some people mix it with just sparkling water or Sprite to make it a little sweeter. And it's so refreshing. We love drinking that in the summertime. And in Frankfurt, they make this in a little town in Frankfurt. That's where they make it. And when you go there, you have like one brewery after the next that make this Potsdamer Postmann Apfelwein, it's called. It's really good and very, very refreshing. Also in the north up here, we say Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. Up here, again, fish is what you get there, and it's on every menu and in all sorts of different variation. I think it's also very, very close to like what you get in Norway, the stockfish, I think it's called.
Yeah.
It's really, ooh, man, those thunders are tough. Then you go to Rhineland-Palatinate. That's where you get all of the beautiful wine. This is our wine regions. You can go to the vineyards and you can take Segway tours. You can take hiking tours. You do wine tasting, and it's just really, if you had maybe a Riesling, I think it's also very popular in America. That's where the Riesling is from. And we export a lot of wine. I think we actually export more wine than we export beer. And we have many, many beautiful wine festivals throughout the year in Germany. They're absolutely gorgeous. This is, I didn't know I have a picture of it. This is the Thuringia Bratwurst. This is the 600-year recipe I was talking about. It's absolutely amazing. And I had my first Thuringian Bratwurst at the Wartburg. Have you heard of the Wartburg in Eisenach? That's our castle where Luther was actually hiding and was translating the New Testament. And this is an absolute gorgeous castle, super big, almost 1,000 years old, and this is where I had my first Thuringian Bratwurst, and they're really, really good. Have you had the Stollen? What you see on the picture? Yes.
Yes, at Christmas.
Right.
Stolen.
Yeah, stolen, yeah.
Yeah, they are good. So Stollen is our typical Christmas spread. You get this, they usually start baking it in October, and I would say often it ends literally in December after Christmas. And especially known in Dresden, their Stollen, and they have like festivals there, and they make in Dresden like a really, really big Stollen as well. It's very famous. I love eating it just with a thick layer of butter and maybe some jam on it, but it's sweet. It has these raisins in there and some of the fruit, like dried fruit. It's delicious. So this is where I said about the food-themed routes. We have many, many routes throughout Germany. And when you go on our website, germany.travel, and you would type in scenic routes, you get like a drop-down menu, and you can choose different routes, from fairy tale route, romantic route, castle route. And then we have also culinary routes. And this is, for example, an Allgäu cheese route. It's about 95 miles, is in the southern part by Lake Constance. And these are just suggestions. You will see on the website actually like which towns you're visiting, what kind of castles you should be visiting, or like a dairy farm that you can visit. And you can do this, for example, the shorter routes you can ride by bike is a good idea. You can do this as an FIT suggestion or as a group suggestion as well. And then have you had German asparagus? White asparagus?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Fabulous.
very good.
Isn't that good? Yeah. It's really something so delicious. And this is the most important, next to Christmas markets, I would say this is the most important time of the year. It's between April and June, so it ends soon. So it's happening right now. And the white asparagus is the most delicious thing ever. And everywhere you're going, in every restaurant, you will get white asparagus. You eat it with a schnitzel, you eat it wrapped in prosciutto, you have it with potatoes, sauce hollandaise over it, you have a soup made out of white asparagus. I mean, everywhere. On every corner, you will find a booth where they sell their German asparagus. And I miss it. I haven't had it in so long because now that I'm in Florida, actually my kids are now on summer break, so I can fly to Germany. But before I always missed it because I couldn't go during that time. And you sometimes get it here too, but I think it's more from Mexico. But what's really funny is, I was talking with a travel advisor the other day, she's in Germany right now. She didn't want to try it. And I said, you got to try it, but you have to make sure you peel the white asparagus. You peel it. Because if you don't peel it, then you have the wood, it's like kind of like you bite into wood. So you have to peel layers off and then you boil it. And I only knew the white asparagus when I came to America. I only found the green asparagus and they're so skinny, right? So I was standing in the kitchen and like peeling my asparagus for hours. And then I had like this tiny string left. I was like, this is really not cool. Until I found out you don't need to.
Asparagus always that large?
Yes.
They tend to be that fat. Wow.
They're that fat, yes. And it's a very, you need a lot of workers. They come from all over Europe, and it's a lot of work to dig them out of the ground. But it's juicy. It's very, very juicy and thick. And after the asparagus season comes the strawberry season right after. So everybody is now going out on the fields and in June, and we'll get the beautiful strawberries we have. And then we have different wine routes as well throughout Germany, many of them. So if you go on our website and type in scenic routes, you can look at all of the different wine routes. Like I said earlier about wine, you will go to the vineyards, you can do wine tasting, you have beautiful, gorgeous views. And when you are in Stuttgart, I'm not sure if anybody has been in Stuttgart yet, but Stuttgart is like surrounded by vineyards, wine country. It's absolutely gorgeous if you want to combine a bigger city with all of these vineyards or countrysides. And this is the end of Culinary. I just wanted to touch Oberammergau. Has anybody seen the Passion Play or has been to Oberammergau?
I did get to see the Passion Play in 1980, I think it was.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was indeed a lifetime experience. It's something that I can you just have to do it. You just can't even imagine the pageantry and just everything that goes into it. You feel the passion of the people that are portraying this story.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I haven't seen the Passion Play, but I have been to Oberammergau, and I agree with what you're saying. When I went to this tiny town and I was standing on the market square and I said, this is such a beautiful and so small village, and they have 500,000 visitors coming from all over the world to see the Passion Play in this tiny town. How are they doing it? And we had a lady who took us on a tour to see the Passion, the theater, and she was talking about it, and there was so much passion in it. Like, everybody who wants to participate in the Passion Play has to be either born in Oberammergau or at least lived there for 20 years. I always said 10 years, but I got corrected. It's 20 years, or you will have to be under 18. And if you only live there for a year, under 18 can still participate in the Passion Play. And it takes place every 10 years. And of course, it got canceled this year, but they postponed it now to 2022. But the next one then will be again, as far as I know right now, and I'm sure they will not change it. The next one will be again in 2030. So it's not 2032, it's going to be 2030. So they go the 10 years from 2020, 2030. That's how they will continue. When you have clients in Oberammergau, Oberammergau is super, super famous actually for wood carving. So your clients can take classes to learn how to do their own little wood carving pieces and can take it back home. So I think that's very neat when you have clients that will go in 2022. See if you can arrange a wood carving class. It's very, very special. And you see it everywhere in Oberammergau on the houses. It's all wood carved. It's absolutely beautiful. And this is a theater of the Passion Play in Oberammergau. And we were on tour with the director and Frederick, who's playing Jesus, and it's really outstanding what they're putting together on this very long play. But it's very, very amazing. Yeah. And then we're almost at the end. I just wanted to mention again our website, germany.travel, and we have a really great micro website for you guys. It's called Discover Germany from Home. We know that you cannot travel right now to Germany, but we want to bring Germany to you home. And you can use anything that's on our website there on your own social media, or if you want to send it to clients. You know, we have a beautiful video on there. It's 3 minutes long. It's about, you know, dreaming to travel again to Germany, and you can use it. It's a beautiful video. We have virtual experiences on there. If you want to show your client, hey, well, how about the Mercedes Museum? Let's walk around and see if that's something you're interested in, and we can book a private guided tour through the Mercedes Museum if you like that, or you're going to see a museum in Berlin. So definitely check it out. It's a really great website. And this is something I always show my webinars too. And I would definitely write down that website, the DKG website. It's really, really interesting. I was again today on there. So they constantly update this, and it's about all the countries in the world, how they are handling COVID-19, the situation, how their government was ready, how the hospitals were equipped. All of this plays into the results, why, for example, Germany is the safest country in Europe and the second safest behind Israel in the world. So I think, you know, really, and I speak to my parents every day, it's really, it's a good, Germany is so good. They're so, I think when the borders are open again and your clients are traveling to Germany, they really don't need to worry. It's a good and safe country. I always say we're very OCD. We are very punctual, therefore very clean, very organized, and it's a safe country to travel to in so many ways. And I hope that once your clients can travel again, they will visit us and just enjoy this beautiful country. And you know, it doesn't matter where you go in Germany, they come back with so many memories and will be so amazing for them. So I want to say danke, auf Wiedersehen, and if you have any questions, this is my contact information slide. Please send me an email, anything that you need. You know, I always say with tourism boards, look, we're not getting any commission from anybody. You're not getting commission from me. So we can come together in a very neutral space and create the most incredible itinerary for your clients, give you the best suggestions that you can bring back to your clients. And our ultimate goal is we want them to love Germany as much as I love Germany or more. And your goal is that you want them to come back to you because you're the most amazing travel advisor there is on the planet. So use us, use our website. We have a picture database. If you need access to it, I can give you that. And we have sample itineraries. We're on social media. We're everywhere. Please feel free to reach out. And so that was my spiel, Beverly. I'm not sure if any of you have any questions.
Well, that is just fabulous, Carolyn. Thank you so much. Let's see. So does anybody have any questions? Anybody want to add anything? Are we all ready to go as soon as Germany will let us come visit?
Right.
I think everybody's hungry now.
Yeah, it's definitely time for some appetizers.
We're actually going to the Passion Play
This year,
but
we're going to take a river cruise and go to the Passion Play.
yeah.
Really? So are you going to postpone that to 2022?
We'll see.
Well, we're scheduled to go on a river cruise next year, just without the Passion Play. We just scheduled
Right.
another.
Ask what the
Well,
connection.
I can tell you that the Passion Play was just an amazing experience. You know, these people that live there train for this and practice all year long. I mean, they don't cut their hair. They become medieval, or not medieval, you know, 2,000 years ago
Yeah.
people. So it's just amazing.
What's the connection between the people and the village and the play? What's the story?
Well, the village, back during the Black Plague, the village prayed to God that if he would spare their village from the death of the Black Plague, that they would recreate tell the story of the Passion of Christ regularly. And they've been doing it for 700 years now, or something like that. It's Caroline, do you know the dates? I don't know the dates off the top of my head.
No, I don't. But
It's been hundreds of years that they've kept this promise.
Yes, and it's really, you know, what I thought was so interesting is I was on a webinar with a tour operator together about the Passion Play, and I learned that only 3 times the Passion Play has been postponed. Once, I think, the Second World War,
Right.
another time, and then COVID-19.
And
it's
weird. Another plague sort of stopped its tracks.
Yeah, isn't that so interesting? That's what I thought too. It's like we have again an illness, a plague, something that kills people, and it's so big. And I was like, well, that is just the similarity here. How it started is just was mind blowing to me. They got to pray. They got to keep praying.
Correct.
Wait, this go away.
Caroline. Yep.
Yeah.
Hi, Caroline. It's Tracy. The interesting thing is that the year that it was postponed was back in 1920, and it was postponed exactly, 100 years ago for the same, very similar reasons, and postponed to 1922.
Oh my gosh! Look at that! I didn't know that, Tracy.
Flu.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
1919 flu.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thanks for sharing that. I didn't even recognize that when I saw the numbers. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll be able to work that into your schedule. Somebody will be able to for 2022. It is well worth it. It's just a lifetime event for sure. For sure. Well, does anybody else have any questions for Caroline or for any of our agents that are online?
And I know there are always a lot of questions about COVID-19. And if you go on our website, we have another microsite about COVID-19 that we constantly update, also about the different states, because everybody has different regulations, just like it is in the United States as well. But they also link you to all of the important real government pages where it gives you update about traveling, about all of this. So I encourage you to definitely go on there as well. Germany right now has opened up and lots of things, from restaurants to my dad unfortunately was in the hospital just recently, so they just open up that people can visit people in the hospital again for an hour a day. So they're slowly changing things and trying to go back to normal, but the European borders are not open yet either. So, but definitely on our website you will get a lot of information about it. And
you can certainly contact your Covington advisor also. If you don't want to look it up yourself, they will find all the answers to your questions for you. So, well, thank you so much. I appreciate everybody joining us today. Thank you, especially Caroline, for your wonderful presentation. Now we have to all go get something to eat. That bread is just killing me. I love it. Love it. So well, I will send you all a recap of this tomorrow. And I'm hoping I can share a link to the video if you'd like to see that again. And contacts for us and contacts for Caroline's website. And we really look forward to hearing from you soon and helping you fulfill those next interesting travel trips.
Yeah. Stay safe and healthy, everyone.
Thanks so much.
You too.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.